What's up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to another edition of the Sooner Surge. Make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel. Really appreciate all you guys that have it. If you haven't, you're missing out. A lot of content coming your way as far as Sooner sports. Uh, Captains have been released here for another Tuesday tidbit video. Let's start with the captains released, Hunter. And you got two on the defensive side, three on the offensive side. So we'll start with the defensive side. Two interior linemen with Isaiah Coe and Jacob Lacey.
Yeah, two interior linemen, like you said, and Coe and Lacey. Both of them, I believe, are out of. I don't know. It's so hard to tell. I think they might be back somehow. Uh, Maybe Lacey has another year. Coe, same thing. I'm not sure on that. But two senior interior defensive linemen at the end of the day have had really good years, have been solid leaders in the interior of the defensive line, trying to get what little pressure has been made for opposing quarterbacks. And they're going to have to do that this week against Garrett Green, who a year ago beat this team when we went up to West Virginia to play them.
Yeah, Garrett Green's been a nemesis, I guess you could say, for Sooners. Uh, Last year really torched them pretty good. And I want to say the year before, which was, correct me if I'm wrong, Hunter, the home game, didn't he come in as a backup in that game, or am I wrong? And did pretty well. I may be wrong on
I'll
that, but
find that for you. I'll find
I'm
them.
pretty sure he did. It was a close game, Lincoln Riley's year, and he came in and made some damage against OU. Look, he can run, he can throw, he's got some speed. Coe and Lacey are going to be big in the middle of the line to try to force him outside. You can't let him escape down the middle because that's where he does a lot of his damage on the run is down the middle, not on the outside. So.
Yeah, Garrett Green came in 2021, was 3 for 4 for 19 yards, also rushed a few times, including a rushing touchdown in the 16-13 win for OU. And last year, I mean, he was all over the Sooners. That was an impressive performance from Garrett Green last year in the rainy conditions of West Virginia.
Yeah, Coe and Lacey are going to have to be really good this week, as is everyone on the line, but specifically those two guys in the middle. And yeah, I mean, no surprise at any of the five captains, Hunter. These guys all seem to be pretty strong in the leadership area of things. We'll move over to the offensive side. You got McCade Matoyer, who, in my opinion, has been probably, if not he's probably one of the most consistent guys on that line on the offensive group.
I don't believe McCade Matoyer has allowed a sack yet. He might have now. I don't think he has. I know his final year at Cal, he did not allow a sack. All of last year at OU, he did not allow a sack. And before the injury in the Texas game, he did not allow a sack. So I believe he's still been clean, and he's the leader of that offensive line. Just listening to him talk, media availabilities, any of that. McCade Matoyer is the leader of that line. Veteran experience. This is, I mean, his senior year. Going to be going to the NFL next year, will probably be a mid-round draft pick, and I would assume have pretty good success in the NFL. Just watching him, how much he has improved over his time at OU to before fans hated him, weakling of the offensive line, and now, I mean, I think he's, like you said, most consistent. Like I think McCade Matoyer has been the best offensive lineman this year on just pure consistency. I believe least amount of false starts, of just those mental mistakes compared to everyone else. You know, Tyler Guyton has been really, really good, but I mean, it seems like every single game he has at least one false start or some other penalty, either holding or a dead ball. But McCade Matoyer has just been very, very consistent and clean for the Sooners.
Yeah, he has, and you're right. He doesn't get penalized. He also protects Dylan Gabriel's blind side a little bit because Gabriel's a lefty, and I can't think of any really where Gabriel's been hit on the backside. Most of those have come up the middle or on the other side of the line. And the other thing that's really impressive about McCade Matoyer is how quickly he came back from a very tough injury to come back from in the time period that he did. It shows in my opinion, his commitment. He was probably in there getting treatment nonstop. the guy obviously wants to play, has a passion for the game, to come back from that injury so quickly. Testament to him and his leadership skills. You got another guy on the line, technically on the line some, as far as seems to be more of a blocker than anything else, and a guy who's been a career guy at played at OU, left, came back. Uh, Surely he has some ties as far as I guess you could say some loyalty to this university for coming back here. So that's been impressive. But Austin Stogner is a captain this week, and look, a lot of people have been critical of him, me included. Okay, I've never questioned his leadership ability. I've just questioned with how he's been used and things, but it's good to see Stogner being rewarded as a captain. I'll say that.
Yeah, last time Austin Stogner played West Virginia, he scored a touchdown in that game in 2021 at home. So maybe we see a Austin Stogner touchdown this week. Not shocked by that captain pick at all. He's a veteran leader, been one of the more vocal leaders of the team. He hasn't had the best on the field performance, but in the blocking game at times he's been really good. I know he had a really good block on that Gavin Sawchuk 61-yard run. And you mentioned him being on the line. Yeah, he played offensive tackle one snap this week because for whatever reason, Tyler Guyton lined up at wide receiver. So a little bit of offensive line experience, I guess you can say, for Austin Stogner. But it's good to see him get that captain nod. And I mean, I think we got to be pretty close to permanent captains. Like, there's only after this week 2 more games and then a bowl game, maybe Big 12 championship if some things Sooners win out and things fall in their favor. So I wouldn't be shocked if they ever hit a permanent captain to see Austin Stogner kind of be one that's in that final 5. Moving on to the final captain for the Sooners, Towie Walker. JUCO transfer running back has been the best running back on the team throughout this year. Was injured, didn't play the first 2 quarters against Bedlam following that injury against Kansas. Comes in first touchdown. Really nice run from Towie Walker. And you could tell he was a little banged up still the way he was running, but that didn't matter. He went right to the end zone. So nice to see him get a nod in one of the last home games of the year.
And not just that, I think with him being out that 1 week because of disciplinary reasons, I think this has to, in my opinion, again, it could be speculation. To me, it shows that he has learned and that he's grown. Otherwise, I don't think he gets the captain's nod here. So I think that there's been some growth with whatever happened, and we don't know the details of that. But so I think everyone makes mistakes. Obviously, it seems like Towie Walker has learned from him, from that one at least, and I think that you're right. He's been so great for the Sooners in the running game. I just wish we could see him a little more, and maybe we do this week. As he's been selected as one of the captains. Look, OU's got to get back on the winning streak. They're bringing the Unity uniforms back, right? They're unifying as a team after 2 losses. Let's hope, guys, that these captains can be a large part and lead this team to getting back on the winning side of things. So, yeah, if you
Yeah,
have not,
last year
go
when
ahead.
they wore the Unity uniforms, it was following a tough losing skid, and this year they have 2 straight losses, so it's kind of fitting for them to return home wearing these uniforms.
That is correct. It is fitting. It's kind of just like last year, but let's hope the season ends on a better note. Make sure you're unified in your YouTube commitment by subscribing to the Sooner Surge right now, turning on your notifications, liking and commenting. Appreciate all you guys. Till next time, Boomer.